Here's the letter A. A says ah. Can you sign the letter A? A. A says ah. A. Great job. The letter B says buh, buh. Can you sign the letter B? Buh, buh, B. The letter C says cuh. Can you sign the letter C? Cuh, cuh. The letter C. Here's the letter D. The D says duh. Can you sign the letter D? Duh, duh. Here's the letter E. E says ah. Can you sign the letter E? Here's the letter E. Ah. E. The letter F says f, f. Can you sign the letter F? Here's the letter F. F, f. F. The letter G. The letter G says G, G. Can you sign the letter G? Here's the letter G. G, G. Here's the letter H. H says h, h. Can you sign the letter H? Here's the letter H. The letter H says h, h, h. H. The letter I says I, I. Can you sign the letter I? Here's the letter I. I says I, I. Here's the letter J. J says J, J. Can you sign the letter J? The letter J says J, J. The letter J. Here's the letter K. The letter K says K, K. Can you sign the letter K? Here's the letter K. K, K. K. Here's the letter L. L says ooh, ooh. Can you sign the letter L? L. Ooh, ooh. Letter L. Ooh. Here's the letter M. M says Can you sign the letter M? Here's the letter M. 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 N. Here's the letter N. N says N. Can you sign the letter N? Here's the letter N. N. Great job. Letter O. O says ah. Can you sign the letter O? O. Here's the letter O. P. This is the letter P. P says pa. Can you sign the letter P? P. Pa, pa, P. Here's the letter P. Here's the letter Q. Qua. Can you sign the letter Q? Q. Q says qua. Q. R. R says Can you sign the letter R? Here's R. R says R. Great job. Here's the letter S. S says S. Can you sign the letter S? S. S says S. S. Here's the letter T. T says T. T. Can you sign the letter T? Here's the letter T. T says T. 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 U. Here's the letter U. The U says ah. Can you say ah? Good job. Can you sign the letter U? Here's the letter U. U says ah, ah. U. Great job. V. V says va. Can you sign the letter V? V. Va, va, V. V. Here's the letter W. Wa, wa, wa. The letter W says wa. Can you sign the letter W? W. Great job. W. W. Here's the letter X. The X says X, X. Can you sign the letter X? X. X, X. The letter X says X. Y. Here's the letter Y. Y says yeah, yeah. Can you sign the letter Y? Here's the letter Y. Y says yeah, yeah. Good job. Z. Here's Here's the letter Z. Z says Z. Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Don't forget to like and subscribe, friends. See you next time.